What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another one of my weekly analysis. It's your boy ABK. Gonna watch over the news, see what we have today. I already know that it's NFP week, so I already know that on Friday, as you can see right here, there's gonna be some average hourly work earnings, non-farm payroll, employment change, and unemployment rate. So you can expect a lot of volatility in the US dollar over the week, because I personally do believe that the market does make a lot of moves before NFP, which is so that's just why I'm saying that you're going to see a lot of volatility in the US dollar this market. You also have PMI 9 a.m. for the US dollar. While we only have any other high impact news that we have is going to be about President Lagarde speaks for the euro. I don't know exactly what country for the euro. And then he speaks again on Wednesday. So those are for the high impact news that we have for the pairs this week. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the charts now. Okay, get a clear view of everything. Remove drawings. Go out over here to the daily time frame, spread it out. Go on to the weekly, actually. I do like seeing this bullish engulfing candle for the US dollar. And so what I'm looking for right now is to see what the US dollar is about to do. I do think that it's probably going to end up dropping. And in my own my chat and A1 Foundation, I have already posted that I'm looking for sells like on UJ. But like I said, that I'm wanting to see what the US dollar is going to do right here, because last time, as you can see that right there, as you can see right here, right there, prices made some previous rejections off of this zone, especially this wick right here. That's another one that I like to see right there. So I'm looking to see what price is going to do at this zone. If it's going to, like I said, I like seeing this bullish engulfing candle right here. I love seeing that weekly bullish candle. I'm not going to be one to expect a move like this to happen, like where it made this bullish candle and then it made another bearish candle, then made another bearish candle. I would like to see some type of rejection off of here. So let's go into the daily time frame. So all of last week we were saying that it was bullish, and like I mentioned, based on arbitrage, which I'll show you guys right here. Daily time frame. Arbitrage had called for the buy, and I did the analysis on the 21st, right? That's when I did the analysis. I said that this is going to probably call for a buy, and then it did such. So let me go on to here real quick. So what I'm really want to see right now on this arbitrage move is I've already seen that it's broken through this mean line, but I do think that it's probably going to reject it. It probably even go a little lower and then continue going and then continue to the upside. Now, let me come. I didn't even mean to come on this chart. I meant to come on here. But what I definitely want to see go down is this broken level that price had broken previously. Let me put this a little higher. There we go. What I would want to see is for it to reject off of this zone to come back and make a higher high, right? And reason why that being is because if I place a Fibonacci off of this whole move right here, this lines up pretty well with that 50%, right? And then also, I wouldn't be surprised if price came down to 61.8 or the 71, but I'm just going off of the 50 because I've been doing a lot of back testing on my homie CJ. He's been showing us that 50% fib, how often that gets hit, and it does hit pretty well. So like I said, I want to see this drop and then a push to the upside. Could be setting up for a potential even. Maybe prices just came to retest here and now it's going to push down even harder to come down to even possibly down over here at this extension. Who knows? We'll see, because we can't deny. Hold up. What the heck am I doing? We can't deny that price is still very much in a downtrend. We can't deny that, right? Even if I were to draw this trend line right here, I like seeing that because, let me get rid of this fib real quick. Because we had our 1 touch right here, 2 touch right there, 3 touch, price respected, then it broke through it. We never got the retest, but sometimes you don't get a retest. So like I said, I would love to see this price reject to come down here and then push to the upside. But if I go over to here, actually, no, that actually doesn't even look that bad, because on the arbitrage indicator, if we have that move happen, then most likely what would be is that this trend line, this RSI line would probably be pushing up towards that way anyways. So if I get that retest, that would be lovely. But as of right now, the DXY is hella bullish. Like I said, we got this buy call right here on the daily, and then it kept pushing up. So don't really like the sights of that. Let me go ahead and hide all that drawing that I did. And so let me not go on the 4 hour right now, because it's just gonna call bullish moves. The 15-minute time frame, it had already called for a sell. I did not mean to do that, and ignore that. Right there, close that off. Okay. On Friday, about 2 hours before the market closed, price did call for a sell on the 15-minute time frame, but I don't really care for that. What I would rather see is for price to come up over here and then drop. That's what I would rather see to happen in this particular move. Clear that real quick. Clear all drawings. Go over there. 1 hour time frame. Dang, I totally forgot to do what I was supposed to do. It's okay. I'll just fix that up later. I have to edit this video anyway. But and then, so if that most likely happens where we get a push up, why do I keep pressing the wrong tool, guys? Sorry. Because I want this drawing away. But what I would want to see is, like I said, that push up and then push come down over here. We would have to see how price interacts with this RSI line before debating if the DXY is going to continue going any lower. So right now, just on standby with the DXY, but I do want to see that bearish push for this week coming, right? And so go on to the EURUSD. Okay, and so EURUSD kind of would love the same thing to happen. I did call for that sell for the price to come down over here, but then it exploded and kept destroying this resistance that came. This support, and then dropped lower. But so right now, what I want to happen is for the price to come back up here to retest this and then continue on to the downside. I don't want to overcomplicate anything with EURUSD. That's what I'm seeing right now. And again, same thing as with the with the DXY, we do see that it's at this weekly zone. So, and again, what I would be looking for, daily time frame, same thing. Going to use the same Fibonacci. Right there, boom, 50%. Just like how with the DXY, want to see that push up and then push to the downside. That's what I'm looking for on a longer term basis. But if I don't get that, then hey, it is what it is, right? And actually what I'm going to do is point this out and say that this is a weekly zone. And so, yeah, that's what I'm looking for the EURUSD. Personally speaking, though, I do, with all the coronavirus talks, elections coming up for the US and yada yada, all that stuff, kind of really not necessarily knowing exactly where the US dollar can go, because guess what? After this whole bullish move right here, all price can be doing is just retesting to keep going to the upside, which is something that I've been thinking about a lot more than price to keep going to the downside. I mean, because when you fib this, let's just say if you fib it from down here, right? If you fib it from down there, look where prices came down to. It came down to this weekly zone, and it's at the 50% Fibonacci. I would definitely love if price came back down here for me to go long again on Euro USD, but price could very well just go very much bullish right here. So that's something that you got to keep an eye on for right now. Let's go on ahead and go on to the arbitrage side. I'm going to go ahead and take off all those drawings and go to the 15-minute time frame. So when the market opened, I actually got the alerts to get into the buy for Euro USD, right, for the 15-minute time frame. But again, very similar to with the US dollar, I would like to see price come down to this RSI line and then start pushing to the upside. Actually, let me clear. Drop down here, then get a move up to here. And then if I go to the 1 hour time frame, and then you see that, it'll match up perfectly with price coming up to this RSI line, and then we'll see if price can continue going bullish. So that's what I'm kind of looking for on the Euro US dollar right now. To be quite honest with you, I think that I'm gonna go ahead and get into this buy, because I did want to get into the buy last week, but unfortunately price, like I said, price did drop down, but I said this could be a potential fake out. And I said that in my A1 Foundation group. So what I'm looking to see is how price is going to handle here. If price does handle here as a good support, then I would definitely love to see on the 15-minute time frame for price to make this move right here. Right, so for price to come back down, hit this RSI line, use it as a support, and then keep pushing to the upside. That's what I want to see on the Euro USD. So I'm going to go ahead and set my alert to tell me when to get out, because I'm probably going to end up putting a buy position right here, and then I'll put another buy position if price comes down here. But if I get the alert telling me, okay, it's time for you to get out the trade, I'm out of there. Simple as that. So alert on Euro USD. So with that being said, go ahead and set this alert up. And then arbitrage, long exit all, create. If it gives me that exit, I'll get out and I'll just wait for another entry. You know, feel me? So let's see how that plays out. Let's go ahead and go on to GBPUSD. I'm not trying to waste a lot of time on these pairs or go too into detail with them. Just gonna be like the boom, 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 boom. Because like I said, 15-minute time frame on EU, it looks perfect for the buy. And likewise with EU, GU is looking pretty solid for that buy as well, because I am liking where it came and rejected off of on a major level. Although yes, ooh, hold on, let me get rid of all this drawing. Forgot I had all that. So first of all, I love where it came and it's retesting off of. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this and this. So go on the weekly time frame. So yeah, weekly time frame, price came back down to this weekly resistance, and of course, I mean support, because obviously you guys can see 1, 2, 3, 4 different touches on there. I'm pretty sure that if I were to use the arbitrage support and resistance, because I have it on my naked charts, that if I were to go on the weekly time frame, let me go into the settings and look for the weekly. So I could see if show weekly, and that'll pop up, boom, right there, caught it. So Weekly support on the arbitrage is holding this up, and that's exactly where this is at holding up as. I like seeing that. I want to see a bullish move on GU as well. Go on the daily time frame, take that off. We have already gotten 4 different rejections at this weekly zone here. So like I mentioned, I want to see price continue to the upside. Let's say that if we're just using it from this impulse, let's see where it's at on the Fibonacci scale. Yeah, buddy, I like seeing that on the 78.6. This is my setup. CJ setup is usually on the 50, but I love the 78.6, and it's on a weekly support. I'm trying to buy GU for sure, right? So let's go on ahead and go over to over here, the 15-minute time frame. Let's get rid of the drawing. 15-minute time frame is already called for a buy, which that means I'm pretty sure that the 1 hour time frame is about to call for a buy. Yep, it did, but I don't like how that looks. So let's go ahead and go on to the 4 hour and see what that looks like. Okay, so the 4 hour right now price is currently at the lower danger zone, which is, I like seeing that type of thing. I do, like I said, I do want to see this continue going to the upside, but the RSI line is still a little bit far. And this market does look like it opened with this gap right here, a gap of how many pips? 62 pips. I wouldn't mind if this gap got filled again. That would be actually more love for me. But at the same time, like I said, this is probably gonna go into a buy. I like this potential swing trade to the upside a lot more than anything else right now. And I still do, I would, for this sell that happened, I would have really loved if price did come back up to the RSI line, then drop. But hey, sometimes we don't get that. But like I mentioned, guys, right now we're at a weekly zone, and I really want to see, why is this fib not up? Did I hide it? No, don't care. Let me just use it right here. But yeah, I like seeing price rejecting off of that 78.6, especially with these 3 doji candles. Yeah, I'm looking for a reversal right about now, which is price has already started doing that, but I still want to see price go ahead and go on to a reversal. You feel me? So yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so in the 1 hour, it just called for that buy. So I mean, if you do want to use arbitrage, if you for my arbitrage users, that will be watching this or are on here, if you do want to go ahead and get the buy, you might want to look for just a rejection right here, then a push to the upside. That's what I would most likely suggest for GU, for my arbitrage users. But again, I am looking for that daily bullish move on GU. Oh, I thought I hit it. It's right there. So yeah, like I mentioned, I got that 78.6 fib. I got the rejection, 3 doji candles right here. Looking for reversal on GU, seeing what's good. Want to wait to see if this is going to end up filling that gap, because GU did open up with a gap. But I have a lot of confluences saying that it's probably going to go bullish long term. And the only time that, realistically speaking, that I might get out is if price ends up breaking this weekly arbitrage line, which it came, dang, it came really close to it. We might actually get price to come back down and actually reject off of that before going bullish. But anyways, we'll see how that plays out. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to next up, AUDUSD. I'm pretty sure that I forgot to switch off. Dang, AU really did that. It's crazy. But anyways, let's see right here. Let me go ahead and close this out real quick. Go on to the weekly time frame. All right, reset the chart. All right, so this weekly bearish candle is gonna make me think that AU is gonna want to go bearish long term, but I'm not gonna think that way right now, because I do see that price did come to this weekly zone. just like with EURUSD and just like with GBPUSD, it's at a weekly zone. So I'm going to be watching it to see if it's going to either continue going to the downside or if it's going to push to the upside. Using the arbitrage support and resistance, I'm pretty sure it's going to line up with this support. Oh, no, it doesn't. It actually goes, it's even lower. Yeesh. So definitely going to watch out for how this is going to play out. I do like seeing that bearish move though. Like if I do get another, if I get a reverse, I don't want a reversal to be honest. I mean, I do want to point this part out. If you want to use a trend line, I do see that price did reject 1, 2, 3, played around over here, but rejected off of it. So I'd probably make my dog is barking. I can hear her in the background. Let's make this like a little better. There we go. So we have 1, 2, 3. This, like, you just have a lot of interactions right here, and then price broke through it. Wick touched it multiple times and then came down. So kind of what I want to see right now for the meantime is I do want to see a buy. I am bullish. I do want to see a buy on AUDUSD at this point in time, but I will be watching it to see how it handles at the 50% Fibonacci. Hold on. Oh no, I was right. I had the right tool. I want to watch how it's going to handle here or here before I make a decision on what I'm going to do with AUDUSD. Because if it does hit up here, then it comes down to this extension. That will kind of be money. But at the same time, I am thinking that this is going to go bullish long term because, again, the US dollar might be setting up for a huge crash. Who knows? With the elections coming up, with all this politics talk, yada, yada, this, and the third. And we've been seeing that the Dow Jones, the SPX, they've been dropping as well. So let's see how that plays out. AUDUSD on the arbitrage, though. Get rid of that. So if I was taking the sell, which I didn't even know that I wasn't paying attention that AUDUSD did this. I was trying to get into this sell. It would have hit my take profit already. And I would probably want to see it come back up to, why did I do that? Didn't mean to. Let me get my annotate. That's what I want. So I'd probably want price to come back up here for a continuation to the downside if that's what it was going to do. But I don't think that is what I was going to do. Because like I said, AUDUSD has been bullish for a very long time. And even on the weekly time frame, we could see that it just came back down to the weekly upper danger zone. So it could literally respect this and keep pushing to the upside and make a new target at 0.77050 for all I know. So again, I do see this bearish engulfing candle on the weekly time frame. That is something that I'm going to note. So just got to be patient and wait and see how things play out. Because it could be just like this bullish engulfing candle where prices went bullish, it dropped a little bit, then it continued going to the upside. Or it could just be rejecting off of this to go bullish. We'll see what happens. Okay, going to switch over to, what's the next pair? GA. Why is this looking like that? Okay. So let's get what I was looking at previously. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm getting out of. I've already take profit hit on this move. Gonna go ahead and just clear that out. The gap looks like the market opened up with a gap and is trying to close that gap. Oh, it already did close the gap actually. So cool. Anyways, let's go on the weekly time frame real quick. So prices came back up to this weekly zone on GA, but I still kind of want to see it come up to here before I make a decision if I want to buy it or not. I mean, it could definitely make that sell, because it could definitely make that sell decision right here and end up dropping a little bit before going bullish, but I don't see that personally. On a daily time frame, I do see that it came up to this zone and it's rejecting off of it very nicely. So kind of want to see, I still kind of want to see price come up here. Not really going to trade this because it just gave like a V-shape type of move. Kind of don't want to trade this. I just, if price does respect here, then sure, go ahead and take the buy for it. But personally, this isn't something that I would like to see as of yet. Let me see. Let me see something real quick. Because right where price is at, there was previously a gap there as well, which is interesting. And price came to this, is at the 78.6, came up to the 88. This might, like I said, this might potentially fall, but I don't personally like how it looks on here. So wait, I need that still. So just gonna see how this previous bearish engulfing move, how that plays out. Going to the arbitrage and check that out. Hide them. Go on to the daily time frame. All right. Daily time frame just called for the GA buy. Don't like how that looks. I'm not even going to speak on it much. GA 4-hour time frame, one hella bullish. Played out perfectly fine last week. I'm just waiting for a sell call, to be honest. I think that the 1 hour, 1 hour setting up, which means that the 15-minute is already called for the buy. I mean, for the sell. Just wanted to look at all these. Yep, just called for the sell. GA, I might be looking to sell this. Who knows? But like I said, there was a huge gap in the market when it opened, and then it just came back down to fill up that gap. So it could potentially keep going bullish. But if I were to sell this right now, which I probably am, although this candle hasn't printed out yet, so that sell, just like how it just disappeared, you might want to watch out for it. But if price does break through and it keeps going lower, then I'm perfectly fine with coming in and taking 47 pips down to right here on the 15-minute time frame with a stop loss of about 18 to 20 pips. I'm okay with taking that. But what I would be more fine with taking is if this 1 hour called for the sell, I don't want to take this down over here. And that's a good 190 pips. But like I said, first I'd need to get that 40-something pips before I even think about trying to get 190. So that's for GA. I'm definitely down to take that sell, but gonna have to wait it out a little bit. All right. So let's go ahead and go on to EURAUD. I'm gonna wait a little, like I said, I'm gonna wait a little bit for that GA sell, but I'm most likely gonna get into it. And so just assume that I've taken this out. All right, so EURAUD. I've already told you guys I'm still selling this. It went and closed. It went up to that gap and closed it. I mean, market opened up with a gap, but wait, hold on. Let me see. 0.165256. Yeah, market opened up with a gap, and it ended up closing out. What am I doing? Let me go to the daily. All right. So as I had mentioned last week, price has came up to this daily zone, and if I remember correctly, on the weekly time frame, this is a zone that has previously had problems breaking through as well. Like right as you can see right here, 1, 2, 3 again, 4 again, 5 again. Prices rejected off of this, but I do see this weekly engulfing bullish candle. So price could very much just keep going to the upside, and if it does, I'm okay with that. because I'm trying to take this into as a swing sell. You feel me? Because again, prices respected here before. This is the third time coming. It probably will. I'm not gonna lie. It probably will go bullish, but I'm not counting on it, right? And so let's just assume that the trade that I'm taking is looking like this, because I mean that's not even assuming. It is the trade that I'm in. It's not 93 pip stop loss. I think I had made the stop loss right there because I previously was in the sell and then it dropped 40 pips and it knocked me out at break even, and I got back into the trade. But I want to see if it's going to come back down here or even potentially keep going to the downside, because look at this huge move. This looks parabolic as hell. This looks like Bitcoin. This really looks like Bitcoin, the way how this played out. Now, if it's going to play out like Bitcoin, then it's probably just going to break through and keep going higher. But you guys get what I'm trying to say, though. This has been bearish for a very long time. Since 19th of March, it's been bearish. And then it's came and it's basically just consolidating in between the zones. What am I doing? It's just consolidating between these zones. So if that's the case, I'm going to play the range. Like, if it's going to be ranging, why not play the range? Put your stop loss, good opportunity to make money. Right? So taking it down there, that's a good 370 pips swing trade. If it's playing the range. If like I said, my stop loss gets hit, I'm okay with that because I'm trying to get 370 pips for 76 pips. That's a 1 to almost 5. That's almost a 1 to 5 risk reward ratio. So let's see how that goes, because it's been playing the range. Let's do it. 15-minute time frame, already called for the sell. So that must mean, let me close this off first. So that most likely means that this 1 hour time frame is probably going to be calling for a sell very shortly. No, or it already has. Never mind. There you go. So guys, like I said, I'm still in this sell. I've been selling it since like last week when I mentioned it. Like, was it on Thursday or on Wednesday? Don't know which one of those days, but selling this. And I'm taking it for a swing. Short-term traders, if you're trying to sell this, there you go, 68 pips. Although it's not my type of trade because the risk to reward is terrible. Even with this, is a 1 to 2, but still something like that. Okay, I don't think price is going to come back up here again. So there it is on EA. Let's go ahead and go on to EURGBP. Oh, this needs to be green. EURGBP. It's been doing good. It's been doing all right. Let's just say it's been doing all right, right? So it opened up with a gap, and it's still respecting this zone that I've been just really irritated at. But I'm just still holding this trade. I'm still going to be like, all right, it is what it is. Let's see what happens. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. All right, so with EURGBP, it opened up with a gap as well, and it looks like it's clearly cleared that gap up. I'm still selling this. My stop loss is at break even, so I don't even know why that's still up there like that. And it's been doing good, and it even gave some of you guys another entry when it came down here, and then it bounced up, came back up. But it's still rejecting off of this zone. I wish I would have paid attention and saw the market right here. I would have took some profits or took some partials. But if it comes back down here again, which I think it will, I'll go ahead and just do that. And I still want price to come back down here. It might not do that, but let's see how things play out, right? So still in this trade from last week. It's been a really annoying one, but that's not changing anything for me, so I'm still in it. And arbitrage, I hope you guys know arbitrage is all calling for all sales on it as well, so no need to look at that. Okay, so EURNZD called for the sell last week. It called for the buy last week, and then it went bullish. Now it's looking like it's going to reverse for a sell. I wish I would have got into it. I was actually like watching for it, but it never happened. So I'm going to go ahead and just actually, because I want to see how price is going to handle right here, first and foremost, because I do know that in the past it's rejected off of here multiple times, and it just went bullish. And if this looks like how I think it looks, from this swing from here up to here, this is the 50% fib, if I'm not mistaken. Guess there it is. 50% fib rejected off of it. Would love to see 71% more, but like I said, that 50% has been hitting lately. So this can be going for a continuation to the upside. And so if it does, what I'm actually going to do right now is I'm going to put one position here, because this is a strategy that I've been testing out and it's been working pretty decently for me. So I'm putting one position here. I'm going to like 1/3 of my position. Like, let's say if I'm using a standard lot, like a 1.00, I'm putting 33 up here. I'm putting another 33 right here, or a 0.33 right there. And then I'm going to put another position, like go 0.34 down here. So I have 1, 2, 3 positions. Want to see it go to the upside. And if I only just get this position going bullish, I'm okay with that because I'm still making money, right? So that's what I'm looking at for the EURNZD. But if I were to go with only one single position, this is the one I'll be looking for around here, like between the 71 and the 78.6. That's what I'll be looking for it to go to hit this extension. And my stop loss is going to be around right here. And if price comes down there, then I think that it's just going to continue to the downside. And it's broken through this structure right here and retested. So I'm just like, yeah, I think this is going to go bullish. So we'll see how that plays out. So I'm setting my buy limits at 1.77546 and 1.7. No, I'm setting my buy limit at 1.76991 and 1.76524. And I'm buying, and I'm putting a position at current price. Let's go on over to EURNZD. Go on to the daily time frame, hide all the drawings. All right, so daily time frame on EURNZD, price is at the RSI line. We do have the Atlas, the background cloud that you see. It has changed to green, so the probability of price going bullish is there at the time, right? But it's still unknown if it's going to go bullish or not. So let's go on to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame is over that RSI line, but it's showing that it's red, and that could possibly mean that it's going to go bearish, which I'm pretty sure on the 1-hour time frame it has. But like I mentioned, I am setting up other positions for this trade, so I wouldn't be so mad if price came back down, retested that RSI line, and then pushed to the upside. Oops. Well, you guys know what I mean. I didn't necessarily mean to use these drawings. I wanted to use this drawing instead. There you go. So what I would want to see is price come down over here and then push up to the upside. That's what I'm looking at more for EURNZD, because if I do end up getting that, then it'll be all kosher. You feel me? So that's what I'm looking at for EURNZD. Let me go ahead and go on to the 1 hour, see what that looks like. Like I said, I already know this. Yep, called for the sell, and it came down here. Would it be mad if it came to the 1 deviation or the 2 deviations and then popped up? And then 15-minute, all the same thing. So let's see how this plays out. But like I said, I'm buying at current price, and I'm setting 2 other positions down low. Okay. Let's go ahead. I'm not gonna look at crypto currently. Bitcoin pissed me off. It hit my stop loss at break even during the weekend, and then it went back up. but we'll talk about that later. All right, so gold. I want to push up on gold. I've been trying to buy gold since last week, but it was playing games. And the reason why I want to buy gold is because if you guys see this previous wick right here, that's where price came in, and it just came in, rejected off of it, right? Let me get rid of all this noise. Remove drawings, right? So I really want to see how this matches up with the previous bullish move on gold. So this is the swing on the daily. 78.6 rejected off of it. Nicely. I want to buy gold. These are the setups that I look for. These are the type of setups that I like to see. I want to buy gold from here. And if price breaks any lower than here, then hey, it is what it is. I do know that on arbitrage, it definitely is calling for a sell on gold still on multiple time frames, but on the lower time frames, it might be calling for a buy, right? Because if you're looking at, let's look at the 4 hour right here real quick and see how this ended up dropping. So this was the first push down, then this consolidated and second push down. Well, it's kind of, I would probably, for the 4 hour, I would be looking for another push down, but I like where it's at, like I said, on the 78.6. So I'm still holding, I'm still going to have my bullish move on gold right here, right? So what I'm looking for right now, and you want to use a small lot size on gold because it's gold, right? It's like, it gives off like how many pips. When it looks like it's only 4 pips, it's like 40 pips. So I'm looking for a stop at like 1814, right? This is what I'm looking at for gold, and so I'm using a small lot size on this, and I'd want to see it come back to maybe big maybe back to all-time highs. I'll obviously have my places where I'm like, okay, I'm taking partials, like obviously right here I'll take partials, maybe even right here I'll take partials, but I want to see how this plays out. This is a long-term move, and even if I'm pretty sure that if it breaks the support, then I'm probably going to get out. So we'll see how that goes. With gold, let me go on to arbitrage. See what arbitrage guys has for me. Let me take that off. Reset the chart. So we already have the buy call, although we did have a fake sell. We do have a buy call on gold, so that looks good for the buy. 1 hour time frame. The 1 hour time frame is riding on our sideline, so we have to be careful. This could potentially end up dropping. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a exit all alert for the sell. And if I don't get that call within like the next 4 hours, then I'm going to come back in gold and see what it's doing. So I'm going to have short exit all, create. If in the next like 4 to 5 hours I don't get it, then I would probably think that gold is going to sell, and I'll see how it looks. Then let me first of all change this to a buy. I need to change this to a buy as well. And so yeah, 4 hour time frame, I know for sure it's not calling for a buy. It came all the way down to the 3 deviations, and the daily time frame, I know for damn sure as well it's not calling for a buy. So just going off of the 15-minute and 1 hour right now on gold. But again, I am bullish on it. Let's see how it plays out. Let's see how things play out. So S&P 500, I think I might have got kicked out of my sell. I haven't looked at my my MT4 yet. But we had gone into this sell, and I mentioned I'm taking most of my profits here because this was a weekly level. Or this was a very hard level that price didn't break through. Price has gone bullish, as you can see. It actually probably opened up with a little, well, it didn't open up with a little bit of a gap, but it's just currently right here at the 78.6. This is where I was looking at for price to come back to for me to continue with this sell, for me to continue on with this. So I might add a position right here. I'm gonna wait a little bit though on that. I am still very much bullish. My first position is still intact, but I'm going to sell right here, and my stop loss is going to be at 3321. And if my stop loss gets hit, then I'll at break even with my previous position. Then I'll wait to see what next happens. But I am still very much bearish on the S&P and the Dow Jones. It's the same thing with the Dow Jones. I'm just going to show it regardless. Yeah, you see, it literally looks the exact same thing. I didn't get into this because that wasn't the pair that I traded. So yeah, it literally looks like the same thing. Go ahead and come on to here. Close that out. 1 hour time frame, it closed a little over the upper danger zone, so that got me like, I don't know. 4 hour time frame calling for that buy. Yeah, it's making me like, I don't know if I want to get into the sell. I mean, if I want to get into that sell, we do have that buy. So what could potentially happen is price can literally just come down and then go to the upside. Right? So with that being said, I'm really going to be waiting a little bit on S&P. But again, I've already taken most of my profits off of that sell, so I'm not mad about it at all. Right? I'm not mad at all. I do know, though, the daily time frame still very much bearish off of that call right there. And I do like that it's back up at the mean line, so I want to see it continue to the downside and make a lower low. That's what I'm looking for. All right, and last but not least, let's look at some tacos, man. I can't believe I missed this trade last week. I missed a nice sell on tacos last week. All right, so daily time frame, bullish move, hella bullish move. I'm really upset that I missed that. Still looking at this zone right here. I don't know if you guys remember, but a couple weeks ago, I had mentioned about this zone that if price respects it, that it might end up dropping. It ended up doing just that. Remove drawings, first of all. But yeah, so on the daily time frame, price is at this zone. Let me go on the weekly, actually, so that I can tune this out a little better. Actually, no, this is solid. This is a solid weekly zone, right? So price gave us that bullish engulfing candle. That's cool. But one thing that I'm still looking for sales on this, because I mean, this is just, it went super bullish. Let's see what the Fibonacci retracement will even look like off of this super bullish move on the weekly time frame. What the heck is this? There we go. So, oh, it hit that 61.8 nicely. It even came down to the 71, because if I'm doing like body to body the candles, then you'll see it hit the 71. Oh no, it did. It hit the 61.8. But anyways, 71%. I still want price to come down here to hit this level before I try to get back into another buy. So I'm looking for sells currently, like to see price come down here. Don't know if that's gonna happen this week or next week. It could happen whenever, especially with that bullish engulfing candle. You want to watch out for that. So not necessarily crazy over super sells right now. Close this or take that off. Daily time frame, we could see price went bullish and then hit up here. This looks super ugly, but I guess it called that buy hella late. I wouldn't even get into that buy on the daily time frame. Let's see here. All right, 4 hour time frame is at it's 2 deviations. I'm kind of looking for sells here. I like seeing that no, it's not a bearish engulfing. Let me not even look at that right now. Let me look at the 1 hour, because the 1 hour I'm sure called for a sell. Let's see. If it can load up, that'd be great. Oh, it didn't. Never mind. 15 minute. I mean, 1 hour called for a fake out buy, but this could still be going for a sell. So the 15-minute, I know for sure it called for a sell. And if it didn't, well, then I don't know arbitrage. Yeah, called for the sell. After that quick fake out buy, which was pretty accurate. Called it right here, boom, went up. So called for that sell, kind of rejected off of there. I think this is going to continue to the downside, but I'm not going to get into this yet. And I'm just going to wait it out, and I will probably wait until Tuesday or something to hop into it or something. We'll see how this plays out, though, because me seeing this engulfing bearish candle, I think price might come back down to this level and might come back up again and consolidate a little bit. So we'll see how that plays out. But other than that, you guys, that is it for my weekly analysis. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for those who are watching the playback. And yeah, guys, let's have a profitable week. Thanks for showing up. If there's any questions, comments, or concerns, you can go ahead and PM me, and let's get this money.